We were also worried about the Iraqi resistance. Did you see it today? 6 hours to pull down the statue. There was more damage done at Woodstock 99 during Limp Bizkit's sound check, for crying out loud. You know, I thought it would resonate more, but it was 4 years ago, Woodstock 99. I thought it really hit home. But, you know, you live and you learn. Let me tell you. The New York Times reported this weekend that 28% of black males will be behind bars at some point in their life. And right now, 12% of all black men between the ages of 20 and 34 are behind bars, so which, obviously the question, Patrice, what are you doing here when you get out? No, I'm kidding. No. Patrice, what do you have to say about this fact? It was funny, dude. It was kind of funny. It was very funny.
What are you asking me?
I'm asking you, what do you think about it?
Why? Yeah, I know why. It's the war on drugs. That's America's way of, when they say it's a war on anything, it's really a war on a particular group, right? Like the RICO statute. That's the RICO, that was a war on the mob. So as soon as wait a minute.
That was a war against Puerto Ricans.
The RICO Suave?
Puerto Rico. Oh.
Sorry.
Do your prepared material, stupid. Okay. Now look at, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That was Now look, what I'm saying is this. It's because they're in there for drugs. That's all they're in there for, really. All of those, that group of men is in drugs, and then that's the people who are selling drugs, Puerto Ricans and young blacks. That's how they're making a little money, man.
Well, first of all, don't you think, I know he's going to jump all over this one, but don't you think that people say racism, which is what you're kind of implying, no?
Well, I'm trying to not go there, but of course, it's a war on blacks and Puerto Rican kids. That's what the war is. That's who's going to jail.
I hate to agree with Shug, but there is definitely a racial component. Because if you look at the war on drugs, if you target street level dealers, you end up with a jail full of blacks and Puerto Ricans.
Absolutely.
And then they need white guys to rape, and that's why you have DWI laws. But it's looking at it negative.
Yes, Mr. Attell.
It's looking at it negative. Okay, 12% of black males are in jail, but think of the other 82 who are on the WB. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do always focus on it. I mean, you would think if 12% are in jail, think of all the women left over for the guys that aren't in jail.
It's all drugs, man. It's that drug thing, man. Black guys ain't in jail for like kidnapping white girls and hanging them in basements and driving around in vans and
there goes my weekend.
If you look at colleges, right? I mean, look, when I was in college, you can't say black guys do more drugs than young white kids. When I was in college,
do more drugs.
When I was in college, there were fraternities that were like the Medellin cartel, for Christ's sake, but there weren't a lot of buying busts going on, in the dorm rooms.
White guys ain't got to worry until they start this.
But wait a minute. Okay, the drug thing is a big part of it, but you have to admit this.
It's the biggest part of it.
I wouldn't say that. But
what else are they in jail for?
There's a lot. You can't pretend your people don't have
robberies and nothing.
You can't pretend your people don't have a thug.
Embezzlement?
Shut up. You can't tell me your people don't have a thug. They worship a thug culture that includes going to jail.
That includes drugs. That's it.
It includes going to jail for a lot of things.
For what?
Thug behavior.
There's no crime called thug behavior.
It's a double standard.
Shut up. Kid, don't kid me. Listen, how about this little fact, this little acorn? 25%, 10% of all state prisoners in the big states and 25% of all the federal prisoners are non-citizens. And nobody ever brings that up because it sounds like a racist thing to say, but that's the truth. Did that just stultify you guys?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What's racist about it? Why does it sound
racist? Nothing's racist. It's a fact. I'm saying it sounds racist.
So non-citizens come in, they're poor, and they tend to commit crime. Poor people tend to be the people who commit crime.
I'm saying 1/4 are non-citizens.
I just think it's a double standard because white kids get a lot of things like warnings and double probation and things like that. Like white kids, they steal a car, that's joyriding. Black kids, they steal one that's, a John Singleton movie or something. I don't know.
But there is, a huge percentage of the people in jail are there for these nonsense drug offenses like pot, marijuana. Nobody should be in jail for marijuana.
That's what I said.
And look,
you should
go to jail. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby.
No, you know what? Everybody's whipping it around. Nobody knows who the hell I am. Can I say one goddamn thing?
Folks, we'd like to
ladies and gentlemen, Robert Kelly.
Lockdown.
Folks, we'd like
sorry about that.
Jesus. We'd like to introduce you to former rehabilitated rapist murderer Bob Kelly. Go ahead.
First of all, I stole a gumball machine. It wasn't a rape and murder. But the fact is that I think
You did 7 years for stealing a gumball.
Where did 7 years come from? See what you started when I was in jail for 7 years. I was in jail from 13 to 15, but like a month.
2 months.
Shut up, Colin. 13 to 15, but like 2 months here, 3. Once you're a ward of the state, you can kick a mailbox and you go away again. You're owned by the state.
Sure, what are you doing kicking mailboxes? People gotta get their mail.
Sometimes you get pissed off.
But also, you were a victim of the American system's bias against Samoans. And
first of all, let me just say, just because I have no ass.
Let me enjoy that. That was really good.
It is sad.
Shut up, Jimmy Snooker.
That was really good. First of all, I'm Irish. Okay? I'm Irish. Contrary to what you say, just because I have no ass and I don't have bad skin, I'm Irish. Okay? I have an upper lip and everything. But the thing is let me get back to the subject, the topic, you ass.
I really hate his ball.
Why do I have to be on this show with him? Of any people, him.
Go ahead, Bob.
They rehabilitated me. They put me in a drug program. They put me like, they call it normalization. Okay? In settings where you don't feel like a criminal. And you start to become, once you get responsibility, you start actually to take that responsibility and to become not normal again. And that's what they should do. Drug people, black people, whatever. They should. Why are you going to look at me like that?
I'm listening to you. Jesus Christ, insecure. Finish your dumb speech.
They should do is give them, rehabilitate them, put them in programs instead of jail and putting them in there and locking them down. Because you know what happens?
Somewhere this deserves a clap. I know it. I don't know what he's saying, but it deserves it because it's passionate.
All right, look. So what is the point? Does anybody say, let's say it is all drugs, let's say it is, what is the solution? Because people go to jail, you have to admit it.
Well, because like you said, it's poor people.
I'm not saying why they go, I didn't say the cause, I say the solution. Well, if you go to jail, what do you learn? How to fight,
Stop looking to put little young black dudes in Puerto Rican in jail. Stop looking for it.
You want them to
do it? Stop looking to do it. It's easy to do it on the street.
What are you going to do if they break the law? We just say, hey, you're Puerto Rican, you're black.
Yeah, well, first of all, you need 4 ounces of coke or some mess like that. You get 15 years, 15 to 25 years.
It's illegal.
In jail, but that's keeping black people off the street. When it's 15 to 25 years, it should be a second. White people are doing the drugs. There's more white people doing the damn drugs.
You have to stop the recidivism. That's the main problem. People go in jail and they don't become rehabilitated. They come back out. They keep committing crimes.
Better criminals.
Take the gyms out. We don't need to create these giant monster bodybuilder convicts. Once you start working out, you want to kick the crap out of somebody that used to pick on you. These guys come out, they got revenge on their mind.
All right. I hereby sentence you to 5 to 10 commercials. You leave out the balls to say that? Yeah. We'll be right back. Well, we're going to try to talk about religion. We'll probably get back to race. Who the hell knows? But the Middle East, the place where there's the most static, everybody goes, all you should do is pray at this point. But that's where the most prayer goes on, and it's the most violent place. So how do you keep your faith in God, Dave, during these times?
Well, being a last shaker, I think religion has a lot to do with what we were earlier talking about, which is prison, because people go to jail, and that's when they find this religious zeal. And I think if we just if we made things legal that would kind of free up the prisons, like drugs, as we were talking about, and kiddie porn for myself, it would clear out the jail. We'd be left with 2 Filipinos and Robert Blake, and it would be plenty of room for the Taliban. Something.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think about that?
Well, I think with all these religions, people believe them so passionately, but now in most sort of open-minded societies, we think, well, they're all just man-made creations. Every religion has its good and its bad, but obviously maybe one of them is right. You know what I mean? That's the scary part. Somebody maybe is right. Maybe it's these doomsday cult people. Maybe there are spaceships coming to get us, and maybe we're all screwed for not cutting our balls off in anticipation.
How about the Scientologist?
Yeah. You know what, though? I mean, and I think none of us here, as you get older, especially this generation, nobody prays, and especially in America, nobody cares about religion anymore. When was the last time anybody went to church?
How dare you?
A lot of people do. There's a lot of deeply religious people.
I went on Christmas 2 years ago.
I don't know any. Do you know any?
No. We live right in the middle of Sodom and Gomorrah.
The only time I pray to God is if I have sex with a girl without a condom, or I'm doing a black college. That's the only time. Sorry.
I believe in science. That's what I believe in. I can't get into this religious stuff. I believe if you go against science, that's against God. I think God laid something down, and He's not up there minding everybody's business. I think if you go like people say homosexuals against God, I don't think it's against science to me. Yeah. You know, if two guys aren't really supposed to have sex, because there's no point to it. There's no scientific point.
Nobody says homosexuals are against God. They're not.
A lot of people say that kind of stuff. Certain things are against God, but I don't think it is.
Every religion is basically, look, you know, I believe in spirituality, you know, like, but basically what that is every religion is the same. It has the same, they're not really, but just the way you interpret it. You can interpret anything.
There are a lot of people have very different beliefs. You look at the Jews; they have very different beliefs. They believe Barbra Streisand's worth $1,000 a ticket. Hey. That's very different from a lot of the other religions. The whole circumcision thing. You're circumcised, right? If I remember.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Now that's part of the Jewish faith. It's a part of it. Not every religion believes you have to, slice off your foreskin to get to heaven. That's a specific thing. The Catholics, look at the stuff we believe, right? I mean, we have the Virgin Mary. We have a whole religion based on a woman who really stuck to her story.
Hiding eggs.
Are you going to be able to use that tomorrow to sell it?
I think all religions. We got to go with what's in common with all religions. Like, anything's possible with the help of lube. Not God. Lube.
Look, man, you do what's good for you, man. It's just you believe in what keeps you going. You know what I mean? I believe in something, but I can't say I believe in some white dude with a beard with a thunderball in his hand and walk around. And I just can't believe in that. But I believe in something because I still have that fear of something. Right. So I don't want to.
Well, you've never done drugs then, because I've seen that white dude.
You got that fear of a white dude with a thunderbolt. That's what you should. Speaking of the Aryan Brotherhood, that's their little. But the truth of the matter is, when I started this conversation, or if I believe, unless I'm mistaken, was saying that all the violence right now from Northern Ireland, the Middle East, it's all religiously based. What do you think the problem is? Are people praying wrong? No, or does just every idiot use whatever excuse they can?
I think it's a drinking thing. Like in drinking, there's a thing called tolerance, and we should all have that in our religion. If you go past your tolerance, when to say when, you're gonna flip out and wake up the next day with lipstick around your balls and the fact girl won't stop calling. You know what I mean? But a religious way.
I gotta stare at Dave like he's gonna make a serious point, but I know something's coming. I gotta be like this. Absolutely.
Go ahead, heartfelt.
The matter is, all we're doing, what do you call them?
Heartfelt. It was sarcastic.
Look, the bottom line is this. Jesus. Why am I always in this position?
Isn't religion something for old people anyhow? I mean, that's all they have after a while.
But also, people always bring up all the bad people in religion. Nobody ever talks about nuns working in Africa for 40 years.
Yeah,
about Mormons going in. There's most religious people are good. They're better than non-religious people as far as their behavior.
Well, religion does make you, I mean, like Catholicism is basically the stabilizing force in South America, for example. I mean, it does make people good people sometimes.
Yeah.
But then the flip side is you have like these wars where the Islamic extremists believe that blowing us up is going to, put them into heaven. And you have like George Bush believing Jesus wants us to get him back.
If I can use drinking again as a analogy. Religion.
Are you fucking insomniac stupid?
I'm just saying drinking and politics, they don't go together like many boozes. They shouldn't be mixed. When they're mixed, it ends badly. You're going to end up on the floor throwing up blood with candy coming out of your ass.
Religion and politics. Yes, that was a cell phone on our show.
I still got it out. Thank you.
Look, we're the only show on television that can segue from big religion to big pussy. That's coming up next. Well, among the many grave injustices I have suffered in my career, my dream of becoming a De Niro-type actor never took off the way I had hoped it would. So to help me right this wrong, I'm going to show Martin Scorsese what he missed when I send him this tape after a little scene work I'm going to do. I need a moment. Come on.
Joey.
I spoke to
Tommy.
About
Really?
No. The other guy.
You mean the guy from the time with the guy with the club?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think so. The club where they took the kid the night before the thing with the other one.
Oh, you want to start throwing his name around? What are you doing?
I don't know if that's, I think we might be talking about two different people here. Are we both talking about the guy who's friends with the one from the fight that time?
No. That's the other guy. I thought you meant the guy with the truck.
I think we need to reassess the way we communicate. I feel like we're not making money because we seem to misread what the other one is saying due to the vague language.
But it's to keep the feds from wiretapping us. And it works. We never got caught.
Because we haven't done anything. The feds laugh at us. They play our wiretaps at their Christmas parties. They laugh and call us the pronanos. I haven't understood one person we've talked about for the last 4 months.
What are you saying here? You want to get out?
Out of what? There's nothing to get out of. The boss died 3.5 years ago. Everybody else is dead or in jail. It's just us. Cappuccino machine doesn't even work.
Nah, it works. It just doesn't steam any milk. So, you want me to send out for coffee or what?
Yeah.
Well, should I get it from that place or from the other joint?
The other joint.
Yeah, but the last time we had that thing over there with those two kids on the block, it was a big mess. Maybe we should go to the other joint.
Well, our topic tonight is prisons. And who better to talk about prisons than people who have spent their entire adult lives in pursuit of jailbait? America's prisons are filling up. I'm asking my distinguished panel of criminal justice experts to invent a new form of punishment and tell us who deserves it. Start with Mr. David Attell.
Well, first of all, Colin, after that little acting thing, I realized there is no God. And someone called James Lipton. Now, I guess if I were to create a punishment for a certain group, it would be the new mayor and his non-smoking militants who are trying to destroy Manhattan. Thank you. Yes. It's a reality show much like The Bachelorette. You take 7 non-smokers, put them in an airtight bar with a guy who just flew in from Hong Kong with a weird cough. It's called Kiss Me, I Have SARS. Now, sudden acute respiratory syndrome. All right. And whoever lives wins. So there you go.
But I think, I know.